Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Big Cat 188. Now, this will be part 6 of the beginner guide series. Now, what I have done, I completely skipped over from level 22 all the way up to level 30. I realized that, most of you guys are probably level 30 and you probably don't want to see me play the whole story all over again. Most of you guys have already completed it or probably finished it within a day or two. So in today's video, I'm just going to be telling you guys what you need to do once you hit level 30, because a lot of people usually don't know what they have to do once the main missions are no longer available. But since the House of Legends update back in August, a lot of things have changed the way you level up once you reach level 30. It is completely different from back when I used to do it. So that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. I'm going to be telling you guys exactly what you need to do. And if you guys do enjoy this video and find it helpful, be sure to hit this video with a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new for more DCUO content. But let's hop straight into it, guys. So once I hit around level 29, you guys know I did Batman as my mentor. So my last mission was the Spectre, so I killed the Spectre, and then I went to the House of Legends and I had to talk to Batman. And from that, it was a T.O. Morrow mission where he like poisoned Batman and all this other stuff went down, and you had to like help Batman out and blah blah blah. You guys will see it on screen if you don't know what I'm talking about. But after that, guys, the game has changed a lot. So the House of Legends is pretty much like the new hub for everything nowadays. You pretty much don't even need to go to the Watchtower or the Hall of Doom if you are a villain, unless you are trying to get to a specific war area, which we will cover that in probably another video. So I pretty much want to make it clear that the House of Legends is going to be the main place that most players will be when they're buying gear or crafting or anything of that kind of nature. But continuing on with the T.O. Morrow mission that I had did with Batman, once I completed that, I had to talk to Steve Trevor, and Steve Trevor gave me a loot box, and this loot box had all level 30 gear, and it also had a weapon gear for each type of weapon that there is. So say for instance, you guys pick one-handed for your primary weapon when you first start out the game, and you wanted to respec your skill points and you don't want to use a one-handed anymore. Steve Trevor gives you every single weapon, so now you guys can go ahead and pick, say you want to use rifle for some reason. Now you guys can go ahead and pick a rifle, put a skill point in there, and now you can equip the rifle, and you guys can level up the rifle and do all of that. And now the rifle will be your primary weapon, and you will no longer have the one-handed as a weapon. And it just pretty much allows you to have a choice. At the end of the day, you guys can end up changing it later on in the future if you really want to. It doesn't really matter. But Steve Trevor does give you the option to pick whatever weapon you want to use. So whatever weapon you end up picking, delete the rest of the options because they just take up a lot of inventory space, and then you can continue on with his mission. So Steve Trevor will just tell you that you need to use the on-duty menu to now start doing your missions. There's a bunch of quests that you guys can do, like running solos, duos, alerts, and raids, and all of these different missions will give you guys source marks, and source marks will be how you guys now buy your gear. And if you guys have been following my beginner guide series since I started the first one, I told you guys needed to do the side quests, mainly because the side quests always gave you a feat, or usually there was some kind of feat involved with them. Not every single side quest gave you a feat, but what the side quests did for the most part, they gave you guys a source mark every time you completed one. So now that you guys have reached level 30, you should have a good bit of source marks stashed up in your inventory. So now the next question that you guys are probably having, well, Big Cat, where do I buy gear? And like I said, guys, I'm an OG at this game. So what I immediately checked for was I wanted to see if I still had to go to the Watchtower to buy tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 gear and all that kind of stuff. And that is no longer the case. What players do now is very, very simple. And also it's a little bit faster than what you had to do back in the day if you wanted to catch up to the highest CR as quick as possible. But now, guys, right inside of the House of Legends, right in the middle, you have a person called Tempest Fusionaut. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but that's his name, Tempest Fusionaut, and he is pretty much the current gear vendor for everybody who's trying to level up. So he's the guy that you want to get your gear from. He gives out level 55 gear, and once you guys reach a certain CR, once you get the majority of the 55 level gear, you will reach the next tier, and the next tier will be 60. I believe tier 1 is level 30 to 60, tier 2 is 60 to 90, tier 3 I believe is like 90 to like 100 and something, and so on and so forth. There is one thing that I do want to mention, guys. When you are buying gear, you guys want to make sure you buy the most expensive pieces first, aka the primary pieces, which are usually your chest and legs are your two biggest pieces, then your head, shoulders, then the other three are kind of just accessory items, your rings and all that stuff, and then you also have your waist, hands, and your feet. Those are kind of like like the lesser tier of all the gear pieces, but the most important are your chest, legs, shoulders, and your head. Those are the primary pieces that give you the most CR boost, so you guys can boost your CR just a little bit faster. So for the returning players that are curious about what I was talking about previously about the old gear, because you guys know we used to have to go to the different sections of the watchtower to buy tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 gear. That gear, it will boost your CR, but it is not the same level as the gear that Tempest Fusionaut gives you. The tier 1 gear, I believe, is 46 CR. Tier 2 is like 52 CR. He gives you 55 CR off rip, so you guys can really boost your way up to the tiers really quick. But if you guys do want to buy that gear, pretty much make sure if you are going to do it, make sure you know you're at the end game content type stuff. You're at tier 6 and you're just using it for feats, because style points give you 50-point feats, and that's a lot of feat points that will end up being a bunch of skill points later on in the game. But yeah guys, that is pretty much it. Once you hit level 30, these are the steps that you guys need to take. Talk to Batman, do the T.O. Amaro mission. Once you do that, I believe Steve Trevor pops up, and you talk to Steve Trevor, he gives you a gearbox. He tells you to go to Tempest Fusionaut because he has all the latest gear for your current tier. And then he also tells you that if you guys want to get source marks, do the missions on the on duty tab. You guys have the omnibus, you guys have solos, duos, alerts, raids. You have everything that you can do, because now all of these things now give you source marks. Everything gives you source marks, so there is no reason you guys shouldn't be leveling up quick. Just do your missions every single day and you guys should be solid. Raids are usually locked on a weekly basis on where you guys can get source marks from it. Solos, duos, and alerts are daily, so you guys can do those missions every single day and you guys will get source marks and gear from it. But this is the fastest way that you guys can level up very quickly, going up the ranks. They made it very easy. They did change the tier system because I believe they're reaching around tier 9 or something like that. I believe they turned tier 1 through 4. That is all the missions that you guys see in tier 1 now, and like tier 5 and 6 are like all tier 2 and so on and so forth, and things such as that sort of nature. So they did kind of compact all of the old ways of the tier system. They kind of mashed it down into one tier depending on what tier it used to be in, because a lot of people did have a problem finding instances and queues for certain missions, especially the very old T1 missions. So now you guys can just queue up, find a group really quick, and you know, start hammering out these missions so you guys can get your source marks, get your gear from the Tempest Fusionaut, and you guys should be straight. But guys, I realized if you want to fully commit on DC Universe, you guys want to know how to get stronger, you guys want to know how you could be the best healer, the best DPS, the best tank, whatever it is that you're trying to be, a controller, it does not matter. I have a whole playlist called DCUO Basics, and in that playlist I show you guys where to have your base mods, what do you guys need to know about your base mods, what you guys need to know about your augments, artifacts, all of these different types of things, how to level them up faster. So I'll link to that playlist at the end of today's video. But guys, I do want to let you guys know I will be making updated versions of each of these videos, so it's easier to understand, and also so it's a bit clearer and what I am trying to convey with you guys with all the different types of things and aspects that goes into DC Universe Online. Because as much as you guys want to just, you know, get gear and do missions, there's a lot more that goes into it on how you guys can be a lot stronger and do a lot more damage, a lot more healing, better tanking, and do a lot more controlling and giving power out. But that's going to take us to the end of today's video, guys. That is what you guys need to do once you hit level 30 in DCUO nowadays with the House of Legends. So if you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, be sure to hit this video with a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It's your boy Big Cat 188. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and I'm out. Peace.